How would you characterize the rivalry between fans of Megadeth and Metallica? I would characterize the rivalry between fans of Megadeth and Metallica as silly. Ever since Dave Mustaine was ousted from Metallica and he vowed to start a band that would be heavier, faster, and sell more records, there has been a constant comparison between the fans of both bands. It has been a feud that, while more playful than anything else, has lasted decades and at different points has actually led fans to trade barbs. Some argue that the difference in album sales makes one band better than the other. Others think that the time it takes to win an award is indicative of quality. And there are those who argue that each band would not be where it is without the other. I think there is no need for there to be any sort of rivalry between the people involved, especially the fans. Here we have two amazing bands, both of which we are free to love and enjoy, and people are choosing between them. We can have our cake and eat it too when it comes to these bands, and people are choosing sides. It's baffling. With albums like Peace Sells But Who's Buying, Rust in Peace, Countdown to Extinction, Endgame, and among others, Dystopia, how can anyone not like Megadeth? And it is works such as these that have earned them accolades such as one of the most musically influential groups that originated in the 1980s and best thrash metal band of all time. The same can be said about Metallica. Albums like Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All, and the Black Album have made them one of the most commercially successful bands of all time, and have earned them accolades such as easily the best, most influential heavy metal band of the 80s, responsible for bringing the music back to earth. So again, I ask, why choose one when you can have both? Now, I will say that I can understand Dave Mustaine looking at this whole thing as a rivalry, even all these years later. It has, in fact, been the fuel that powered his will and drove him to accomplish so much. He's still here almost 17 albums later, and after having experienced health struggles that would make many rethink their entire lives. No matter where Megadeth's numbers actually stand compared to Metallica's, again, there is no need to choose between the two. And a detail that I think is good reason to pull the plug on this whole thing is the fact that the achievements of each band stand on their own. Megadeth's numbers may be lower than Metallica's, but they are light years ahead of the remaining bands in the genre. Instead of comparing the two and pitting them against one another, we should celebrate the fact that one became two and that Dave Mustaine accomplished an enormous feat. I like the way Loudwire puts it. They say that Dave Mustaine deserves all the credit in the world for taking a negative and turning it into a massive positive, for pulling himself up by his bootstraps and channeling an unquenchable thirst for revenge into a new band, which features a very extensive catalog. You know, Megadeth and Metallica are two very different bands. They have walked different paths, created different music, and satisfied the tastes of different audiences, or the various tastes of the same audience. So arguing that one or the other should be chosen when there's certainly space for both is a waste of time. I will always be a fan of both. I will follow them anywhere they go and support them in any decision they make. Thank you for listening and for sharing this time with us. Delving into the history of a band we love so much is a joyous event, and having you here to experience it too makes it even more so. If you like what you've heard, please subscribe, comment, and share. There are many more stories on the way. Stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.